Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, on part 2 of this Yamaha Zuma resurrection, revival, whatever the heck you want to call it, restoration, I don't know what to call this thing. What I do, rehab. Anyway, alright, we got this thing running and sound pretty good, ran pretty good, smoked really bad, but since the last video I've been driving this thing around, man, and it smokes a whole lot less than it did. A whole lot less. So I'm happy at this point that, you know, the engine is good. So I'm just gonna have to do a tune up to it. I need to probably put a new spark plug, because that's probably the original spark plug that was put in there in 2001. So yeah, I mean, we'll get to that, but I want to move right along. I want to go ahead and do something about the seat cover, definitely. And you see the seat, I mean, she's horrible. And your son has eaten some of the foam out of here. It's dried and blew away in the dust. But thinking what I'm gonna do with the seat, I'm gonna go over here to Joann's Fabric, and I'm just gonna get some foam and just kind of lay it in the spots where the foam is low. Pull all of this off, and then we're just gonna take our new seat cover that we got. There it is. Got that off the old eBay, and shout out to the guy who sent it, because I mean, it came lightning fast all the way from Florida. You can see it already has the Yamaha on the back. I already got some dirt on it. That's some high temp axle grease it was laying on. It'll wipe off. Yeah, has the Yamaha on it. So, and I'm assuming that this was the original color of this. You know, oh well. But yeah, we'll put that on. And we got some little issues to address on the body. So pretty much the body is where I want to start today. I want to show you guys something that I have gotten in the mail. Now we're going to start on this body panel here, the little leg shield. But I saw one of these things here on Facebook, guy. Plastic. Let's see if you guys can see it. Plastic welding gun. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything or nothing, so I don't even know how to pronounce the name of this freaking gun. It's a Worsley? I don't know. You see it. You try to sound it out. But yeah, man, we've seen these things all over Facebook, you know, on those little reels and short videos. These guys taking these little plastic guns, man, with these little pieces. And get one of them out here, and you know, they're welding plastic back together. See that? So I was curious, and I did not order it from the site on Facebook, because, you know, wonder why I don't trust Facebook ads or anything I see on Facebook. But yeah, man, this thing actually works pretty good. And check it out, guys. I couldn't help myself. I was gonna do it on video, but I had to test it out myself first. And that is some that I have stitched and ground out already. Here's one where I have not cut the prongs off yet, but it actually works. And did the inside. Let's see if you guys can pull this thing out. Yeah. Check that out. That actually worked. I mean, and it's holding this thing. It's bonded, you know. It's good. So I have all these cracks here I have yet to do. So I saved these for the camera. I'm doing for you guys. And you can check out on the back now. I did have to clean up a lot of epoxy, some type of adhesive that he had previous owner had used to try to fix this. So I spent a little time yesterday. You can just kind of see where some of it's at. Just flaking this stuff off. I had to get it out the cracks and the grooves, so man just had to come here with my little punch and just chip it out the middle. Now here's the back side of where the one spot that I fixed, and it's pretty good. I mean, I have to do a little light sanding, maybe a little 40-40 on it. And that's pretty much going to be it. Now, I'm going to get to this point, but I'm probably not going to 40-40 over this spot here, because that's the VIN number spot. I'm just going to kind of leave that crack there. But I will fix the rest, you know. It's not going to be a show bike, man. This is going to be my little ripper. I'm going to keep it. Later on one day, if I do find a new leg shield for a great price, then, you know, I'll put a new one on. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So now the only part that I can't find is this plastic that goes under the seat into the back. Now it has some cracks, some chips in it. It's missing a couple pieces. Like I said, I'm not really worried about that too much, you know. This bike is not going to be for sale right now, you know. Well, this piece is cool. Yeah, this is a piece that just kind of cracked up, but like I say, I'm not worried about it. It's not for sale right now, so it's just for me. Okay guys, let's go ahead and I'm gonna break the gun on out, and I'm gonna show you guys how this thing works. Okay guys, I got you all set up on the tripod, and what you kind of want to do is, I guess, is just get the cracks together tight as you can. That's why I went and cleaned all the glue out of the cracks, because they were kind of gapped out a little bit. So all right, let me just go ahead and stop yapping and start showing. Just hold the trigger and it heats up immediately. Now I don't want to go all the way through the plastic, so once you let off that trigger, the heat stops. It's almost like an induction machine. You know how fast it heats up. Give it a couple blows to cool it off is what I've been doing, and then just pull away. It's just like that. I mean, this is I should have had one of these years ago, man, but hey, I just finally saw them on there enough, so I got curious, and then I looked on Amazon. This is where I got this kit from, guys. I got this whole kit from Amazon. It was $25, $25, something like that. It wasn't expensive, and it actually showed up the next day, so that was amazing. So okay, pull the trigger, it automatically heats up. I'm gonna hold it, let you guys see that sucker turn red. See that? It turns red. And then you just put it into the plastic. Now, I've messed up on the first part that I did, and I didn't get the get it far enough into the plastic. So that's why I want to test it out a little bit to see my mistakes, because as you can see in here, some of these spots, get you guys in a little closer, you can still see the metal. That's because I didn't get them deep enough into the plastic. You know, and I realized that this plastic is thick enough for me to get it in deep enough without it coming through the backside. So okay, cool. I mean, I'm loving that. So that's a lesson learned on this first one. I'll be able to fix it, and it should look decent. Just gotta have to grind it on down so I can get a little coat of 4040, because I will be using the 4040 plastic maker. It's like a black epoxy, but it's more like a plastic property to it when it dries, and it's more like this black plastic that this shield is made out of. So I've been using it for years, and no problem, it doesn't flake off. Once you prep your surface right and you apply that 4040, it stays. I mean, it's there. It's just like the plastic that's on it. It's all about the prep work. All right guys, let me go ahead and keep on going. Put you guys on a little time lapse, and I'm just gonna go around and just fix this whole piece, and we'll grind it off. All right. Alright, check it out. I pretty much got all of them stitched, bonded, whatever you call this process that we're doing here. Now you see, as like this one, I stayed with the, I gotta find out what you call these freaking things. Well, I kept these close to each other on this one. Once I got to this big long crack, I started thinking to myself, well, the 40-40 I'm going to use, it bonds the plastic, so I don't have to be so close. So I started spacing them out, you know, about 2 centimeters apart. Because when I grind all these little nubs off, all of these, and I'm gonna sand it down, and it's I'm gonna run a skim coat of 40-40 over it. That 40-40 is gonna bond, so I didn't need to be so close with these pieces. I had a little chip here, and I took my precision screwdriver and popped it back up, but as I was putting this clip in, I noticed this side of it went back down. But before it kind of completely dried on the inside, I took my finger and pushed it up, because it doesn't go all the way through, so I just pushed it up and blew it until it was cool, and it kind of set. It's still kind of down on the end, but like I say, we're gonna do the 40-40, and that's gonna take care of a lot of that. So I still have one little piece to do, guys, but I think you guys get the gist of it. I'm just gonna grind these studs off. Now they did send this cutter with the thing, but let me move my face out the way, because when they come off like a rocket. Yeah, at least too much of a burr sticking up, so way too much of a burr. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my grinder, my old Craftsman grinder with the cutoff wheel on it, and I'm just gonna go down through and cut off. That's what I did here, and just knock them off and make this process a whole lot faster. All right, let me go ahead and knock that out, guys, and I guess go get some 40-40 later on. You know what? No, I'm gonna knock that out. All the rest of the little cracks, because like the fender is cracked too, both sides, same places. I am going to fix this little crack here, even though this piece needs to be replaced. I'll fix that crack in there, not tripping. Then I guess after we finish all that, before we get into the full-on body work, which I absolutely hate, can't stand body work, better pay somebody else to do it, but for you guys, I'll do it. Then I'll get into the seat, and we'll start putting everything back together. All right, let me finish this panel, and we'll get started on the rest of them, and then we'll come back over and starting on the seat. Alright, I'm back. Went to go get some foam so we can start doing the seat. But man, I got like 15,000 flies flying around in here. So I went Harbor Freight real quick and got a problem solver. So let's see if I can kill some of these freaking flies. I hope this damn thing works, because it's like a billion of them in here. Oh yeah. Get some of that. Come on. Come on. Yep. Man, this thing is great. This is popping them like, dropping them like flies. Whoa, come on. Ready to go. I should have had one of these a long time ago. They done got smart. They were pooling all up in this area here. Now they just a couple of them around. I seen a couple of them laying on the ground twitching. Here's one. He twitched his last twitch. Alright. Alright guys, I'm gonna get set up real quick and we're gonna go ahead and pull the old vinyl off the seat. Now what my plan of execution is on this is I'm going to just kind of lay some paper down and trace the areas where the foam has worn away and just cut that to fit that, and I'm gonna glue it in. I have some glue here. I'm just gonna glue it onto there and then we'll start putting our seat cover in. I'm thinking we're going to use a brush here just to get the old layer of dead drying up foam out of here that's not going to stick anyway. Yeah, that's working pretty good. Yeah, just going to use this brush, like I say, just to knock off the areas that's going to flake off anyway, and it's, you know, it's a waste of glue if I just stick it to that old dry stuff that's just going to flake off. I wanted to get it to be like this here. And I'm still soft. Just get the crumbly stuff off and blow the dirt and dust out of it with my air blower. Blow at the compressor. Alright guys, let me prep this up real quick and I'll cut you back in and show you what I am doing. Hey guys, cut you back in real quick. Now I've used my little brush and brushed all the loose foam off and took the compressor and blew out all of the dirt and the dust. Well, that was in this area, that is, but couldn't let you guys miss the most satisfying part of me ripping this off. So, yeah, let's just rip this sucker off, man, and still dirty under there. I don't know about you guys, but that made me feel great. Alright, let's grab the old air blower and let's blow the rest of this dirt off real quick. That'll be a good time to cover your ears. If you got your Bluetooths in, take them out. Alrighty, let's brush that dust off. Now, I'm no upholstery guy, guys, but you know, ooh, fly got himself. Come on, get on over there. Get on in there. Come on, little fella, get on ahead. Ah, he flew away. I didn't think that thing was still on. Okay. Anyway, if you guys want to get one of these things, I'm not endorsed by these people or anything, but it is the Fly Swatter electronic from Harbor Freight, and I'm telling you, it freaking works, man. Come on. Okay, enough of that. I'll get those suckers. Ooh, got me another one. I'll get them later. All right, guys, so everything is off now. Oh man, it even I thought I was going to flip this thing over here and start digging these out. Okay. Well, I'm going to come back here with a pair of needle nose and get the rest of these staples that didn't come out, but the majority of them came out by themselves. I'm going to go ahead and cut my foam and get that on, and I'll cut you guys right back in. Alright, check it out. I kind of got the shape of the low spot. It did it pretty good. You can kind of see the low spot where it's a little dark on the camera, and there we go. Now we do have some little small spots up in here that almost look like cigarette burns, but I'll do something about those in a second. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this on the foam and cut this out. I'll be right back to you. Okay, I got my shape cut out. And I didn't explain good enough, I think, how I actually traced this out. So let me grab a piece of paper and just kind of show you guys what I did. Okay, all I did was lay the paper down and just kind of followed the highest point with the blade with my X-Acto knife. You know, follow the ridges and then just cut it out. So that's how I got the shape. You can see it better with the shape I cut out. See, these are all high points here, and I just basically just followed it around. You know, that's pretty much all I did. So that's how I got my shape. So now it's going to be a little higher, but I'm not worried about it. See, this foam is much stiffer than this foam, so I'm not worried about it, you know, sitting up too high above it, because when I stretch that vinyl on, when we stretch the vinyl on, it's going to kind of pull all that down anyway. Now I'm going to cut a couple little pieces just to stick in here, because we don't want that to show through the vinyl. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, got my little pieces cut, and I'm going ahead and just start spraying my spray glue. I had to turn my cooler off, so I'm about to be sweaty mess up in here, because it's like 111 outside and I'm in this metal building. So now for my adhesive, I was going to get the 3M that I always use, but they didn't have the high performance middleweight bonding like this one. They just had like the, you know, the light glue. It wouldn't have stuck. So check this sucker up. All right, let's just get our tack. Let me pull these little pieces out of there. Oh shoot, I forgot about my gas cap. Hold on, I'm about to make a mess. Probably overspraying and everything, so wasn't a lot of thinking involved right now this night, guys. I mean, there wasn't a lot of thinking going down just now. It's okay, it is what it is. I'm painting that thing a different color anyway, probably here in the near future. If you guys want to see me redo the paint on it, let me know and I'll make a video. Alright, we're just going to let that tack up for a minute. I'm going to stick these pieces back in here though. They can tack in. Oh shoot. Probably going to go ahead and start putting it on, because it is so hot and dry today. This glue is already tacky. Alrighty. Lay that where I want it. Perfect. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead now and just start putting on the vinyl. Let me find a place for you guys to sit and I'll cut you right back on. Alright guys, let's go ahead and try to fit this new vinyl on. Wish me luck. I don't want to mess this up. Well, let's just do this, since this is already loose. Flip this sucker inside out. Try this. Wish it would have came in the instructions that I wouldn't have read. would have bought new foam, guys, if I could have found some. So I just got to work out these wrinkles on this glue. Hindsight, guys, I think I shouldn't spray glue over the whole thing, because now the glue is fighting me. Sweating's not going. Well, all right. I think what I'm going to have to do now, guys, is go ahead and cut another piece of foam all the way up, because I didn't think you would be able to see that like that. So yeah, we're gonna pull this back off and try it one more again. I'm probably going to have to take the razor blade and shave the edge of that pad, because you can see that foam. I didn't think you would, but you do. I don't know, maybe I can stretch it a little tighter. Alright guys, I'm gonna go off camera for a minute and play with this thing, because it's gonna take way too long for me to figure this out. And I'll tune you back in and show you my results. Okay, this is what I got now, guys. I went ahead and traced out the end of that shape and ran the foam all the way up to the back. I took my X-Acto knife, wherever the heck it just went to. Oh, there you go. And for the edges that were shown here, those high sharp ends, I just went and shaved them with the same angle as the seat is. So I kind of basically laid the blade here and just shaved them off. Gotta do a little bit more right there, I think. And a little bit more right on this side too, but that's pretty much what I got going on, guys. I'm just trying to match this shape. Now I might go ahead and stick a little piece of foam in here too and shape that, because that's probably going to show like a sore thumb. So alright, that's what I'm doing, guys. Let me do a little bit more shaping and I'll cut you right back in. Okay, I got everything shaped up. I think good enough for us to go ahead and try to fit the vinyl on again, because I failed miserably. I'm not scared to let you guys see me fail. I'm not perfect, you know, just a guy in a metal shed trying to make a YouTube video. That's all I am. So all right, let's try to stuff that sucker on again. Set up. Okay, let's try it. Alright guys, that looks a whole lot better. Now, when I get to stretching this back and stapling, okay, I can't even say that word. We're gonna skip that word. When I get the staple gun out and start stapling this thing, oh, there you go. Stapling this thing to the back, I should be able to pull most of those wrinkles out of there. But, okay, it looks a whole lot better though. You don't see that ridge line in there. And let me go get the staple gun and get to work. Well, after a lot of pulling, tugging, and stretching, and a few choice cuss words, I got the cover on, man. I mean, it's not perfect. You know, I probably should have put 2 layers of foam in this section. You know, there's a little wrinklage going on, you know. But for the foremost, I like it. I mean, the Yamaha is a little crooked. You turn your head the right way, it looks straight. But hey, I'm not crying, dude. I like it. It looks good to me, and that's really all that counts. So yeah, guys, that turned out pretty good. I mean, heck, it's better than what we started out with, right? So, all right, let me show you guys this thing, leg shield, and lay it right down the new freshly upholstered seat. Look at that, guys. I mean, that is those plastic welding staples, or whatever you want to call those suckers. They hold. It works. I will be using that little thing more often. You know, the way those staples look in there, it's kind of giving me an idea for another project. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, all right, guys, I thought that, where is it at? Okay, this panel, which I stapled up the cracks in it too, and we'll be doing a little body work. The only real damage on that was the cracks there and there, and that hole missing. So really, that piece wasn't the problem. It was this piece. That corner is missing. Tell that corner here, and you see that corner there. So I think my boy over at the Budget Scooters, Shane over there, I think he has these pieces for like a knockoff, and I think they're really close. So I'm gonna take that piece with me next, throw it in my truck, so when I cross my mind to go that way, I'll go match him up with a piece from a knockoff vino. Cause I think about these knockoffs, man, a lot of the stuff is like really close, and you could use it. So we'll check and see if he has that piece, and maybe that one too. Hell, if he has a whole knockoff body kit, I am ashamed to throw it on there. Yeah, guys, the bike is coming together. So I guess I'm gonna end this episode here, this video right here. And when we come back to the next video, we'll just go ahead and start doing the part that I really hate, and that is the body work. So we'll start working all this stuff over, getting our paint and body together, and finish this thing on off, man. I mean, if I was trying to sell it, I would probably hold out a little longer and try to make it as perfect as possible. But I'm gonna be keeping this one, man. It's the only 2-stroke that I've ran across. I only had 3 2-strokes in my life. This is the 3rd one, and every time I sell one, I regret it. So yeah, next episode we'll go ahead and start on the paint and body, and probably we'll begin the video off by taking that restrictor washer off. If this one has one, we'll take it off and see what we can get this sucker up to before we do bore kit and all that to it. But yeah, had to crunk this thing since the last video, so let's see what she fire off. Oh man, I am in love, just like that. She still has a little smoke. It's getting less and less every time I drive it. It was getting less and less. That looks like a whole lot more than the last time I rode it, but I think with a couple rides, man, that'll die down. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Later.